All right, to this, a suggestion via a channel member. The name of the video is We're Being Invaded. What is this about here? Let's just go ahead and watch it, guys. gbnews.com. No idea, guys. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Donald Trump arrived in the UK and he pointed out the blindingly obvious.
Okay.
But on immigration, you better get your act together, or you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together. Biden was a total stiff. And what he allowed to happen, but you're allowing it to happen to your countries. And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe. This immigration is killing Europe.
We're being invaded. And the bleeding heart liberals would have you believe that these people are fleeing persecution, which maybe some are. But it is clear that the numbers arriving on a daily basis illegally across the channel, so brazen are they that some have just arrived in via luxury yacht, is completely unsustainable.
No, don't tell me that's real. Is that real? That can't be real. You have illegal immigrants coming into Europe on a yacht? Oh, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful.
Have just arrived in via luxury yacht is completely
of course they're going to the
unsustainable. What will it take for the bleeding left to indeed and the government to change their tack?
I just think it's really, really important for people to understand that there are no safe and legal routes for refugees to come to this country. This is the only way they can come here. It's on a boat to pay. Yeah, they've got the whole of Europe. But why should we put that burden on the rest of Europe?
I mean, they're going into to be honest, if a person is trying to escape something, they should be satisfied in the first country they reach. But obviously that's not the case. They want to follow the money. Okay. And where are they going? They're going straight to the UK. Now, she just said something that's an absolute literal lie here. So now just a quick search on the internet here. Apparently there's a skilled work visa. You can go ahead and do that right there. You can do a family visa. All right, a student visa. Okay, that's type number 4 there. Graduate visa, a startup or innovator founder visa, asylum or humanitarian protection. I'm guessing this is probably how they are doing this here. But of course, they have to prove persecution based on race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or group membership. All right. And you also must be physically present in the UK to claim asylum. So you can't claim it from afar. You have to get to the border. So I'm guessing that's probably how these individuals are getting in here. Also, the UK ancestry visa. Number 1, you have to have enough money to support yourself. That's basically the prerequisite for most of them, except for asylum. And that's completely fine here. So you're saying that there are no safe and legal pathways. There are, in fact, safe and legal pathways into the UK. It just seems that people want to skip the line on other individuals that are waiting in line to actually, let's say, do it the legal way, just like the United States of America. Guys, this is why Trump's over there, bro. Listen to that man. I think you need like a duplicate of Trump or something in the UK right now.
Why should
you can't have him.
Put that burden on the rest of Europe?
But you not think
we still have to take responsibility for the fact that we have a lot of stakes in the conflicts and the climate crisis that causes people to be refugees and have to come to another country.
How many other countries are there?
You wait till they move next door to you, love.
Bars.
The epitome of naivety. In the meantime, a steady flow of thousands are gradually making it to the UK, and instead of discouraging them, we are openly, actively encouraging. 4-star hotels, cash so some can gamble in casinos, brand new phones because they've chucked theirs in the sea, laptops with Wi-Fi, vouchers for experiences, and 3 square meals a day.
Wow.
Is it any wonder that people are...
Oh yeah, I'm coming tomorrow, bro. All right. That sounds like you are given free access to the UK. Listen, I love the UK for the most part here. I've never had too many issues there at all. Right. But yeah, I'm coming tomorrow.
Protesting when farmers are being taxed to death, literally, since Rachel Reeves announced her inheritance raid. 6,365 agriculture, forestry and fishing businesses have closed in a year. Well done, Rachel. Bravo. She hasn't got a clue. Pubs are shutting down at a rate of knots as they're being crippled by business rates, wage increases, and God help us when Angela Rayner's worker bill kicks in. The resident doctors are on strike again, looking for even more money after clever old Wes Streeting handed them 2 consecutive pay rises, totalling over 27% in less than 2 years, with no conditions attached, despite their hefty pension.
But does your hat say Obama?
The British taxpayer has been fleeced every which way by Chancellor Rachel Reeves. The government said that they would end the use of migrant hotels, so now they are looking at councils to buy up empty homes for asylum seeker. Oh, that's great. So whilst our young people can't get on the housing ladder because it's so flaming expensive and British people are being put to the back of the queue for council accommodation, it's all the wrong way round.
Bro, I swear she's speaking English, right? But she's not speaking English at the same time, bro.
We should be stopping the boats. It's not cruel to acknowledge that we can't save everybody. There have to be limits.
This is true.
You know, I'm tempted to lead a double life. Throw away my wig, you'll never recognise me.
I believe you on that, because I've been staring at it the whole time. Who is this person? Listen, I have been staring at that. I've been staring at your hair the whole time for the last 3 minutes and 21 seconds. I've been staring at it. That's an interesting one right there.
Go to France, pay a smuggler, get on a dinghy, chuck away any passports, get back to the UK, pretend to be seeking asylum and live rent-free for a few years. I can then get rid of all my debts, stop paying bills and just reappear later as a British citizen.
Do it.
The way to make it work is to smash the gangs that are running the vile trade.
Yeah, smash the gangs. That has royally failed, as has reducing the use of migrant hotels. Since the Labour government have been in power, crossings are up 50%. This country is breaking at the seams as a result, and it's not just illegal entrance. Legal migration was off the scale too. This should be the #1 focus in this country, as it affects all of us, all of this immigration. It's a real problem. But what are they talking about? Gaza and recognising Palestine as a state.
Reports are emerging of another fatal incident near a distribution centre in Hamas-controlled Gaza.
A little bit of breaking news to bring you. There's been a lot of focus, as you'll know, on the number of people being killed in Gaza while trying to access aid.
Listen, I have no problem with that conversation, but perhaps we should first focus on saving this country, which we are currently giving away. We've become experts at giving away things that belong to us. Chagos, why did we do that? Fishing to the EU with no concessions, why? We couldn't even give them conditions regarding crossing the channel. Well, perhaps we should have taken a leaf out of Donald Trump's book, but oh no. It is time for the left and the right to unite and end this industry of illegal immigration before we are at a point of no return, if we haven't already reached it. Donald Trump is absolutely correct.
Using the internet without a VPN, a virtual private...
Bro, is this an ad, bro? Let's go ahead and skip the head of that one right there, bro. Let's, nah.
Digitally...
Author Alan Friedman. Alan, so let's talk Donald Trump. Good afternoon. Now, Donald Trump, to me, seems to have got it right. He's managed to cut down migration to practically zero. Even the left in the United States are saying, yeah, there's no migration, there's no illegal migration. And I'm just wondering, do you think that his words are wise and that the UK is actually being invaded and he's right to point this out?
Well, you know, Nana, Donald Trump is being invaded. Has a long history of a line of rhetoric against illegal immigration. He began his political career in 2015 at Trump Tower, saying he was going to get all the rapists and criminals and illegal immigrants out of America and build a wall. I think his bringing this up during his heavily protested visit to Scotland, where he's spending about $20 million of taxpayer money, U.S. taxpayer money, while he golfs and calls Keir Starmer. And I guess he would like to have King Charles visiting him. I hope King Charles will not come running. But I think this is all just standard rhetoric, Nana. And I think while the issue of illegal immigration is an issue for the English Channel, yes, it is for Lampedusa in Italy, where they're coming across from North Africa, yes. I think the point is it affects Britain and Southern Europe more than it affects Northern Europe. So yeah. I think there's...
Yeah, guys, we're going to stop it here. I'm kind of get his point here. Now, understand, guys. Some of you guys are new. This is kind of why I have to kind of keep repeating this, because people ask me why do I care so much, let's say, about certain regions. I live half the year in Andalusia, Costa del Sol, the south of Spain. All right, and I can definitely tell you right now, they care a whole lot about this topic, bro, because there are people who are literally jumping over a gate. All right, in one of the Spanish areas, let's say in North Africa, they jump over it and then they take the ferry, basically for the most part, to Malaga. All right, and that's how they're accessing. That's how they're getting access to Europe, by just jumping the gate, bro. Okay, South Europe cares a whole lot about this type of thing, but they're not staying in Spain, right? Like they want access to Spain, because it seems to be the easiest, based off of them just basically jumping the gate. So it's like a double fence, right? They do that, then they get access to the rest of Europe. Then from Europe, they get access into the UK. That's basically the play that seems to be ran pretty much consistently, and everyone, for the most part in the region, knows that that's exactly what's going on here, bro. Every day. Like the amount of times I've been sitting on like the La Malagueta. It's like how can I even explain that, bro? It's like it's a beach, then there's a street, and then there are like all these shops, right? And sitting there and watch like these broken down boats just pull up onto the beach, and people running from the boats is absolutely wild. All right, so listen, and I know they're coming in to Europe that way, okay, and other countries, Greece, Italy, right, and then getting access to the UK because the UK has the money. That's just what it is here. Similar to our scenario in the United States of America, bro. Everyone is just coming for the money. They don't care about our culture. They don't care about how we do things. They don't care about a single thing that we have going on. Nothing matters. It matters that they make money, then they send money back to their country via remittances. That's it here, bro, because they know our money stretches long in the West here, right? And that's the scenario. Now, to be under the perception that there are no legal pathways into the UK or Europe, you're wrong. There are legal pathways. You just cannot be a moocher, right? Like, for example, in the United States of America, I know that when it comes down to asylum, right? Because apparently there's also an asylum process in the UK, right? When it comes down to asylum, the majority of people, we have 80 to 90%. That's our rate currently. We know this. Tom Homan basically has dictated to us that 80 to 90% of the people that have come into the United States of America over the last couple of years here, okay, are to be deported. Why? Because they're not here for actual asylum. They're here for economic migrancy. Economic migrancy is not a clause, right? Let me look at your UK clause. Let me see here. Must prove prosecution based on race, religion, nationality, political opinion, or group membership. Where does it say I cannot make enough money? I need to come to your country, okay? Make money and then send all the money I make back to my country. Where does it say that? I don't really, because. So apparently it's a pretty similar thing that we're encountering here. Okay, economic migrancy is in fact not to be qualified or classed underneath asylum. That's not a thing here, and it seems like people in the UK are hopefully kind of waking up to that specific fact. The UK is smaller than the United States of America by far. Let me get an equivalent here. Let's see the size of the UK compared to a state, because I'm sure that's pretty much what we're talking about here, right? It's the size of Oregon. Oregon is minuscule in comparison to anything else. So now imagine a landmass the size of Oregon, okay, cannot take the world's population, specifically over there. All right, they can't take the world's population. We can pretty much take we're not going to do that. All right, we're not doing that at all. All right, we don't want our country sinking with, our cities are already sinking due to the weight of our cities. All right, so let's not add more people on top of all of the craziness. Because then if you think, for example, everything in me tells me that without even knowing here, if you guys are having a massive immigration crisis right now, then you're also experiencing like excessively expensive housing, basically asset prices have gone up, right? Without knowing. I'm not researching nothing here. All right. Let me guess. Yes, shake my hand. Ask me how I knew. The law of supply and demand. Right? The more people that are coming to basically fight for the same specific thing, all right, the more things are going to start costing because more people want that one thing. And then plus you're bringing in people illegal, like literally illegal immigrants into your country. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, you're bringing too many people in. Now, in terms of legal immigrants, I don't see how that's an issue. Now, and the only reason why I'm pointing this out here is that, again, we're different. All the cultures are different, where we have different, moral set, ethics set. I don't see an issue with the concept of immigration at all. I am not someone that has ever been against the concept of immigration. I've immigrated into the south of Spain. I've immigrated legally into the south of Spain, along with South Korea. Okay, but then obviously now I kind of go back between the places. Let's say, so I have no problem with the concept of immigration at all. I do think that everyone deserves a chance if they can be here or go there or wherever they're doing, and they can afford to sustain themselves. The moment they have to kind of rely on the local government to basically take care of them, I do think that it's probably time for you to go, bro. Okay, because you should not become a liability to the country you are basically asking to foster you, right? It's not acceptable, bro. I'm sorry. Be mad in the comments. All right. Now, the news is very different there. You guys have never sent me anything like this before. All right? I want to go ahead and critique the woman that was speaking. That was interesting to encounter. That was very interesting. Right? Again, the disposition is obviously very different from what we're used to pretty much dealing with in the United States of America. I don't think people have that much like scruples or like wherewithal, balls, right, to say some of the things that she said. Respect, though, do your thing, right? Who am I to judge? Right? I'm just a rando on the internet here, okay? All right, I just give you my opinions on nonsense. But either way, listen, if you're gonna move to a country, do it legally. All right, I'll catch you guys later. In the meantime, if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. Bye.